Good morning. Yesterday I had a quick video on my trapping shed here, and my friend Kevin, Idaho Hillbilly, said you need to show that a little bit more, and some other folks asked about it too, and there isn't much to show, but I'll give you a quick tour. It isn't much. I mean, it used to be, like I said, a little hamburger stand, and I put a false front on it. I do have a video that I did building it. Majority of the building was built. I just put a front on it and this porch on here. The things I've got on here, like that there is a horse skull that I found laying in the mountains. It's been shot. I don't know what happened there, but he's got a hole in his noggin. Broke his leg, or maybe just needed to be put down. It's hard to know. The deer, all of the deer we have shot except for that big one. That was a roadkill. It was kind of a neat one. Look at this little crab pincher on the end of his horn here. The bighorn sheep, it's kind of a small one, but I found that up what they call Wagon Hammer Springs. The rats we won't talk about. A few traps and things. Another deer. I can't remember for sure where that antelope came from. I did not shoot that one. I don't know. I've only shot a couple of those, and that isn't one of them. I'm not sure where I got that. The hay hooks, I use those for dragging in bait and things. These two deer here, either me or Cindy have shot them over the years. This cow head, cow skull, that's another one that we found in the mountains somewhere. And majority of this stuff, most of these traps are broken. They're parts traps that I use when I need parts. I do make a few knives and things out of the springs, and I might make up a couple of those here for too long. I want to put together kind of a blacksmith shop. I've got a forge blower. I don't have the fire part of it, but I've seen those made out of old brake drums and things. This is a post vise. They're worth quite a bit of money anymore. This one is missing parts. The screw part, it's kind of important. If you want to clamp anything down, you need to be able to screw it together. That's missing, so I might have to figure out something there, and if I get this done, I'd like to have that usable. This thing, if anybody knows what this is, I'd sure like to know. I thought it was a drill press, but it's not. It doesn't slide here, and it's got another piece that looks like something slid onto. It kind of looks like maybe a lathe of some sort. It's froze up. It doesn't turn anymore, but I don't think it would spin very fast. It has a crank thing to make this part spin, and then that wheel, that adjusts to push it all in. So I'm not really positive what it is. It's kind of neat, but I don't know how useful it actually is. The milk can, that's that one that I found in the woods that Neil Allen had. And a friend of mine, Tony, he did a little bit of looking into that. It turns out the guy's name actually wasn't Neil. It was William Cornelius Allen. But he must have gone by Neil from Cornelius. So that's interesting. I wondered why it was I could never find any death records from him or anything. It's because I was looking under the wrong name. But I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. And kind of sounds like he might be buried up here in town. It'd be kind of fun to go look. But anyhow, so inside, let's see, we got, today's a little warmer. It's up really right about, well, a little over 30 degrees, 30, 34, somewhere in there. Well, inside here, it's still pretty cold. This wolf, it's pretty frozen. I ran out of time yesterday. I need to skin out the head and the paws. But I don't know if I'm going to get to that today or not. My mouse, my mouse factory got another one. So anyhow, this is all just kind of a cluttered up mess. This is bait. That's deer liver and chicken livers that are mixed together. It's got some glycerin in it. It keeps it from freezing, and some sodium benzoate as a preservative to keep it from rotting too much. This is mostly beaver trimmings and things and lure. I've got a whole bunch more lure up here. My friend Dave Morelli, he gave me this. He makes a little bit of his own lure. And I got one, it's in that side-by-side of Jeff's. I got one from Montana Wolf Trapper. Mainly I use my own concoctions, and they seem to do okay. This is beaver tail oil. That is some very strange stuff. The inside of a beaver tail is kind of a white gristle looking stuff. It doesn't really look like meat. It's not really fat. It's just kind of some white stuff. I don't know what it is. But you put it out into a jar out in the sun and leave it. It's got a surprisingly mild smell, and it'll kind of render down into that dark molasses looking oil. And how you get something that's black out of something that starts out white, I really don't understand. But the coyotes and wolves, fox, all the canines like it. Pine marten too, those kind of things. Yeah, it's just kind of a little trapping shed. It isn't much, but it's better than working out there in the cold. I've got a hoist on a gambrel. That's what I needed to skin out those back legs for. Comes up, and then just over, you just got to pull the rope. It's on a pulley up there. The furs there, I didn't catch those. They've been in my freezer. I gotta have them tanned or do something with them. Chris Gilliam from Chris Gilliam's Man Stuff channel sent those to me. So thanks a lot, Chris. My meat grinder, that's the one that that I had to replace for Cindy because she caught me grinding up mice in it. She wasn't very happy about that. This antelope, I do quite a little bit of leather work. And years ago I had a saddle shop, and I mounted this on a plaque for this guy, and it doesn't look so good now, but with leather and whatnot underneath there's some plaster. And he never did come back for it. It's a nice antelope, great big old thing, really wide for around here. But I saw him one other time, and I reminded him of it, and he never come back for it. Kind of strange. All that is wax dirt. I've talked about that before. You boil your traps in logwood dye. I got some of that, and got some wire. Just odds and ends. This is a pattern for, what do you call them? Cover sheets. What do you call those? Pan covers on your traps. And, like I say, just stuff. A lot of clutter, a lot of junk. But it's all good junk. It all has a purpose. Several of you said you live over by Beaver Island. I got that at a secondhand store. It was kind of a neat trapping related sign, so I bought that. It's kind of a license plate. I like that one. Well, it's starting to warm up in here, but it's not not doing it very fast. So I don't know. We're supposed to go to a Christmas party this afternoon over at a friend's house. It's kind of a dirty trick Cindy pulled. She called up Greg and said, "Hey, we're having a Christmas party." And he says, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And she says, "Good, because it's at your house." I was like, well, I guess we could do that. So he didn't have a whole lot of say in the matter. Cindy decided we were going to do this over there. So kind of a dirty thing to do. But anyhow, since she started all this, I guess we're going. And I got to get this critter done. I don't know if he's going to be thawed enough. I might have to wait and do it tomorrow, but got traps to check tomorrow. So, I don't know. It's all kind of on a schedule that kind of hard to keep up with when it gets dark at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And in the morning, I should get an earlier start. But this morning it was 7 degrees, and it's kind of hard to get very motivated when it's that cold. I need to do it anyway. It doesn't take all that long to warm up. By 10, noon, something like that, it's usually pretty good. But anyway, I need to get back to that foundry. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and if I wait too long, I'll put it off some more and won't get it done. Like everything else I got to do. Well, I got a bunch of leather work to do, and lots. It just never ends. So, see you all later, and thank you very much for watching. Sorry this has been kind of boring last couple of times, but maybe next trip, tomorrow, maybe there'll be another wolf or something. At least something that's interesting. Thanks again, and see ya.